And can you imagine how much mundane God has given to us? He created everything, every single thing. The immensely big power that is in charge of this whole world created through a thought. God thought things out and then spoke them into existence. He thought things out and then spoke them into existence. That is how powerful you are also, because you're carrying this power within you. I think about it at times and it's like, if the whole world, all the 8 billion of us are to come together, we would be God. We would be God, because God is in every one of us individually. We all have a power inside us that is part of that unimaginable power that created this universe. And getting to understand that is very important, because now you know the power is within you.
I was there when I needed someone who wasn't getting over you.
Hello my loves, hi, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, hello. Please be sure to subscribe if you like my content. Listen, I have been through a lot in my life. Sometimes I would even question whether what I am going through is what the average human being has been through. Because seriously, I have had bad moments, prayed prayers at my lowest place. Do you ever go through so much in your life to a point where you get numb and it's like you're no longer feeling things? Yeah, I got there. 4 years of chaos, and after I was done with the 4 years, I came into this world now. No sooner had I expected it, I lost my mom. I'm talking shitholes here. I don't know if you can get it. I lived with my mom the better part of my life. The relationship I and my mom had was more than just a mother-daughter connection. I'm telling you, our souls were intertwined. When I tell you, when I lost that, and even how everything happened, bruh, when I would see how sick she was and things were not even getting better, she was not getting any better, and she was deteriorating every single day, and it's like she was dying, a part of her were dying every day, until finally she took her last breath. This took a toll on me. In a previous video before, I mentioned that when I was in high school, I formed a toxic relationship that costed me a lot of my happiness. Even in the middle of that, I was still battling so many things behind closed doors. The trauma that came with my parents separating, daddy issues. I was just going through it, y'all. You know, and I know what it feels like to really just be at your end. I've been suicidal before, and this is the first time I'm admitting that, but that's because it's really behind me right now. My life always felt kind of like very strict, per se. I don't know how to say that, but it's like there was always something that I was going through as a child. Even as a child, I've been through so much. Oh my God, that there are times I sit and think about it, and when people tell me, oh my God, Ivy, you're so mature for your age, and I go back and I think about everything I've been through in my life, bruh, it comes from that, you know. When I lost my mom, I mentioned in my previous video that I went through anxiety, I had panic attacks, bruh, it was just the ghetto, okay? So I get how life can get so tough, and you know, you feel like you're at your end, but that's the person I want to speak to today. If you're looking at me right now and you're going through something, or something just isn't adding up in your life, probably a life-changing moment, watch this video to the end, bruh, because if I knew what I know right now, I'd be different. I'd be different for real. And what better way than to equip you with this knowledge? So first of all, because we are going through shit, and because life really can be hard, let's be honest, you know, it's okay to have a pity party with yourself. Yep. It's allowed. It's allowed. Take the time, process all the emotions, process all the bad things, have bad days where you just cry yourself to sleep. Just take the time that is enough for you to be able to process what is going on in your life that may be deemed as negative. You know, and I'm putting that in quotation, I'll tell you why. Just allow yourself to feel the moment and go through it. Really just be a mess for a while. It's allowed. It's allowed, you know. Give yourself a time limit. Give yourself a time limit to wallow in your sorrows. Give yourself a time limit to be crying to sleep every day and not doing anything to change the situation. Just give yourself a timeline and say, I am going to take a week or 2 weeks or a month. Do not make suffering your brand. And so when you give yourself that time, there has to be a time where you break bad and you decide. I highly advocate that you read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That is the book that has made millions of people millionaires and even billionaires. You know, it is like the best self-help book of all time. That's why I mention it in all my videos. And one of the things he mentions there is that the power of choice, that all you need to do is to make a decision to change your life. That's all you need to do first, you know. But give yourself this time to wallow in that pity party and then make a choice when the time expires. The most important thing that I have learned in my life right now is that there is nothing, and that's why I put the negative in quotation marks, there is nothing in this world like negative and positive experiences. Get it from me right now. Oprah says this all the time. Every single thing that happens to you happens to take you back within you. It happens to take you back to that power that is within you. Everything. There is nothing. And if you do not get anything out of this video, please get that there is nothing that is a good or bad experience. It's all just fate. It was meant to happen. Even the experiences you deem as negative experiences, they are parts of your life, and they have been structured there for the evolution of your consciousness to the next level. It's to build you. It's not to destroy you. Everything, even the good, is for the evolution of your consciousness to a higher level. And you need to understand that. So when you stay in that pity party forever for months, and now it's years, and you're out here just talking about how depressed you are, and you're not doing anything about it, it means you've accepted that one experience in your life is gonna define who you are. And that is tremendously wrong. You cannot do that. There is nothing like a negative or positive experience. Everything has been put there to take you back within, because Oprah says this all the time. You live life from within to outward. It cannot be the other way around. Life has to begin from within. So when you change your inner life, you change your outer life, but it has to start with the inner you. And that is why all these experiences are to take you back to that power that is within you. When I see God in my mind, I see this unimaginably crazy power that I cannot even make any sense of, you know. And this power is so big, and it's like, so have you ever looked at the sun when it's shining bright? That's how I see it. It's like this big mass of energy that is just in charge of the whole world and every one of us. But this mass of energy created each and every one of us in his own image and likeness. So what that means is every one of us has the power of this massive energy inside us. That energy, that power that created this whole world is in each and every one of us. And because he created us, he has to put experiences in our life that take us back to him. That power is within you. That power is the breath of life you have. And that's why when you die, you're gonna be called a body, because your soul is gone. That power is what God is trying to direct you to. You need to understand that. At the moments when you're at your lowest, that is when that power becomes a superpower. I kid you not. I have prayed prayers at my lowest. You know, the kind of prayers which you just go and you kneel before God and you can't even speak. You just cry. You just cry because it's so overwhelming. I know everybody has been through that, bruh. In that moment, that's why people say once you hit rock bottom, the only place is up. Ain't no other way around it. Once you hit rock bottom, the only place is up. Because when you're down there, that divine energy, that power that is within you becomes a superpower. And that's why I'm taking this. This is like one of my most important videos, bruh. I'm taking this moment to remind you how much power you have within you. I don't think you get it. Even when you're battling depression, anxiety, eating disorders, all these things, body dysmorphia, whatever it is, man, even when it's financial crisis, I want you to know, because it starts with the power is within you. And when you're at that moment, especially, that power turns into a superpower. The problem is that majority of us just let that power remain there dormant, and it's just potential power instead of tapping into it. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know how bad it feels right now, but this is what I want you to do. I want you to take a book and a paper and write down what you want your life to be. What exactly do you want? Whatever it is, however crazy it sounds even to your own ears, I want you to write it down, because we have just discovered the power that we have within us, right? Write it down. Everything. Who do you want to be? If you want to be happy, state that. If you want to be abundant, state that. If you want to heal from your trauma, state that. If you want to be wealthy, state that. If you want to be healthy, state that. Write it down. If you find yourself trying to write something but you're scared, let me remind you this. I read a book a while ago called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Also highly recommend that book. And there's a part where the author Robin Sharma talks about fear, and fear is a conditioned response. Fear is a conditioned response. That's all it is. It's a mental monster that you have created that leads you to mediocrity. That is all fear is. A mental monster you have created that leads you to mediocrity. And so when you conquer your fears, it's written exactly like that. When you conquer your fears, you conquer your life. Whatever it is, put it down on paper. You can achieve it. As long as you've thought about it, as long as it has even crossed your mind, write it down. Do not be scared. And if you get scared when you're doing all these things and working towards who you want to be, remind yourself that fear is a mental monster we create. It's a conditioned response. That's why a child is unstoppable, baby. A child will not... The next thing you're gonna do, my love, is to write down a plan. What is it that you can do at that moment? What is it that is within your reach that you can do to build up to these goals that you set, to living this life that you have declared for yourself? Especially when you're going through like a really tough time. It's just those small baby steps that I'm talking about that will lead up to what you had written on the other page. That is the plan. And everything else is working for you. You're gonna be okay. As long as you put in even the slightest effort. Baby girl, I'm talking about baby steps here. I'm not saying you wake up tomorrow and a changed life. That's not what I'm saying. And those things that you're gonna write down as your plan, they need to be things that you're gonna be consistent with. If you do not like anything about yourself, anything whatsoever, whatever you don't like about yourself, change it. It's tiring when I keep hearing people just talking about all the things they don't like about themselves, but you do not do anything to change that. Whatever you don't like about yourself, change it. If it's your weight, go to the gym, eat healthier. If it is your mental health, journal, meditate, affirm yourself. All these things, you have to change them yourself. You remember the goals you've written down? You wrote down the goals first, yeah? And then the plan. The next thing I want you to do is those goals you've written. I want you to go on Pinterest or whatever platform you're gonna go to and look for photos that represent that. Look for photos. If you said maybe I want health, find the word health, or look for photos that look like health. Anything you had said, I want wealth, I want a car, I want to be happy. Find a symbol that represents that and create a vision board. Vision boards are so powerful, you guys. Vision boards are so powerful. Create that vision board and have it somewhere, whether it's on your phone wallpaper or next to your bed, somewhere where you're seeing it constantly, so that you can keep reminding yourself that this is what I'm working towards. Forget about the what is going wrong and what isn't working out. What can you do? What can you do? I'll tell you what you can do. What I'm saying right now, create that vision board, have it next to you so that every day you see where you're headed. Now, if you want to achieve anything in life, even just getting out of depression, the first thing you have to do is to believe it. Oprah says this all the time. You believe it and then it happens. There's no other way around it. And what does believing mean? Believing means building faith. Building faith that you're gonna achieve all these things. There is only one way known to build faith. And that is, according to Napoleon Hill's, once again, Think and Grow Rich, auto-suggestion. Auto-suggestion, to me, in other words, I'm talking about affirmations. Whatever it is that you have written on this paper, you need to create just short sentences that you can be repeating to yourself every day. For example, there's this car you want to drive, or you want to get yourself out of financial crisis. You need to keep telling yourself, I am wealthy, I am wealthy, I am wealthy. Declare it to yourself. So this way, you build faith around being healthy. You build faith around being wealthy. You build faith around being happy. And when you build faith and you believe it's gonna happen, there's no other way around it. There's no other way around it. Come on now. The biggest power that created this universe used the highest form of energy. The highest form of energy is thoughts. Because thoughts are what created this world. Thoughts is what has created every single thing that you see around you. God had to think about it and then speak it to existence. So you change your thoughts, you change your life. You change how you speak about your life, you change everything. Listen, even if you're in the shithole and you feel so defeated by life, stop. And I repeat, stop saying you're depressed. Stop using words like anxiety. Stop always talking about how sad you are. You're always saying life is not even working out for me. Oh my God, I'm so defeated. You keep affirming this reality, and there's no other way you're gonna have it. There's no other way. If you keep saying, I'm so depressed, life is so bad, oh my God, that is what you're gonna keep saying. But if you flip that into, I am learning, I am growing, I am loving, I am rich, I am wealthy, I am healthy, that is exactly what you're gonna be, because thoughts are the highest form of energy. These affirmations that you've written down, I want you to have them somewhere where you're gonna be repeating them every morning and before you go to bed. Every morning and before you go to bed. And you work towards being the person you wanna be through these affirmations. You wanna stop being sad and become a happy person. Then keep affirming happiness into your life. Keep saying, I am happy. Is it a fake it till we make it? Yes, babe. Actually, that is exactly what it is. When that video about Rihanna was trending, where she's asked, what do you do when you don't feel so confident? Something along those lines. And then she says, I fake it. Oh my God, it's true. You have to fake it to make it. And that's what these successful people don't tell you. You have to be delusional about these things if you want to get where you want to get. The laws of nature were created and set up to favor us. Do you know what laws of nature are? For example, gravity. You know when you talk about gravity and how when you throw something up, it must come down? There's no other way around it. When you throw something up, it must come down. That is the only way. Those are the laws of nature. And there is one very particular one that Oprah uses all the time, and that's the third law of motion of physics. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So if you keep affirming beautiful things into your life, this is the action. The reaction is gonna be equal and opposite. Exactly what you're doing. It's just a transaction, boo. And this is the law of nature. This is the third law of motion of physics. There is no other way it can. It's like saying when you throw something up, it can go up until it never comes down. Of course not, because gravity is also a law of nature, just like what I'm telling you. Every action has a reaction. Keep affirming positivity into your life. It's just gonna take some time, and you start seeing all these things. If you want to tap into your higher self, you can do it. You can do it because the power is only and only and only within you. But do you think you're gonna do it if you keep victimizing yourself? Do you think? You cannot. If you keep victimizing yourself and feeling defeated and feeling overtaken by life, there's nothing you're gonna do. The much you'll do is sit there and complain. I want you to own your story. I want you to own your scars. I want you to own your marks. I want you to own every single thing you may deem as negative, your insecurities. Own them and take charge and be the main character in your life. The last thing I want you to do is to be grateful for at least one thing every day. Even if it's just one thing, I swear, your life is not as hard as you think. Your life is not as bad as you think. You're just focusing on all the wrong things. That is why things feel so hard. But if you take the time to be grateful for at least one thing every day, you will be able to spot the abundance around you. It's crazy. Get your life back up. And I'm talking to you because I know what it feels like to be in the bottom of the barrel. I'm talking shit. I went through shit in my life. I'd sit down and just think about it. I'm like, yo, what? What is going on right now? This doesn't even feel real. I could not see anything good about life then, bruh. But you know what I knew? I knew that I was gonna get out of it. And I promise you, it's just bad because you're seeing it with your 3D eyes. This world is divided to up to 10 dimensions. There are so many other things that are going on in other dimensions that we do not understand because we're in the 3D. So you're looking at your life right now and it's shit. I believe every single thing in this world is spiritually aligned. For you to come across this video and actually click is because there's something you need to change about yourself. And I need you to do that now. Take a pen and paper and write down exactly what you want and work towards it every day. Inside that massive source of energy, that massive source of being that created the whole universe, is a small heart inside there that beats for me. God loves me. God loves you. God loves you. God loves you. You know what that means? You can do anything because He's working shit in your favor every day. You just cannot see it with your 3D eyes. This is a journey. There are gonna be good days, and at the same time, there are gonna be bad days. But at the end of the day, we embrace it. We love it because it's a journey. Sometimes you'll take 2 steps forward and a step backwards, and it's okay. It's a journey. As long as you are better than you were yesterday, that's all that matters. Atomic habits. Get 1% better every day. That's all you have to do, and everything that is meant for you will find you. Boss ass bitches do not chase, we attract. Okay? I know if you're going through shit right now and you really feel like you need someone to talk to, I'm gonna put my Instagram down here. Please DM me. I have all the time in the world to go through things with you, to talk things out with you, because I believe the power lies within you. You just need to tap into it and you're unstoppable. A Porsche with no brakes. That's what you become, okay? Thank you so much for watching this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay, I promise. And you'll come back and watch this video and you'll reminisce on those times you had. Please take care. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye. Mwah.
I was there when needed someone who wasn't getting over you. When I moved to the side, when I moved